Now today we're looking at the original blue NOC playing cards. Again, a gorgeous deck, and there are definitely some problems with it, and I can't wait to tell you all about it. So if you like playing cards, this is the channel for you because I put out a new deck review every single Wednesday. Now, if you guys want to see this, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you can get notified when all those videos drop. And let's get into this one right now. Now first, let's look at this for the tuck box because this is actually the reason I got this deck. Now, if you're looking at the tuck box, and now notice I'm not holding it like this, I'm holding it like this. At the bottom you see NOC minimalistic playing cards and the Murphy's Magic logo. I'll show you how to open it in 1 second with the black cigar band around the bottom. Nothing on the back or any of the sides. Bottom is just some ad copy and nothing on the top either. But if you open it up, you have to open it up like this. Then on the inside you get a bunch of really cool lines, which you will see more of later, with the M Murphy's Magic logo all throughout it. So that is all I can say for the tuck box, and let's take a look at the cards. Now you'll definitely want to wait around until I talk about how this thing feels, and you'll understand why in a second. So first of all, number cards. They are all bicycle standard. Nothing to worry about here. If you like bicycle standard numbers, you're in the right place. Court cards, nothing to report. All again, bicycle standard. I'll say here. Up next we have the duplicate set of jokers. No matter which way you face, they're still the same thing, which again I think is pretty freaking cool, even if you only flip one of them. They are two-way jokers, and I absolutely love the way that they did this. Absolutely super dope. Might be my favorite part of the deck. And up next, the aces. This one got a little rough. So I don't know why they changed the shape of these pips in the center, but they did, and they put the same design from the inside of the tuck box on it, except for they subbed out the blue for either black or red. Super cool still, just not a fan of the way they reshaped it, although I am glad they enlarged it. And then the ace of spades is the ugliest looking ace of spades. That shape, I don't actually mind the ace of spades itself, but the shape of that thing is just ugly. I do not like it at all. Now let's go on to the back design before I throw up in my mouth. If you can't tell, I'm very direct with my deck reviews. Right here, we actually have this one, really nice blue. It's actually a little bit even darker. It's like more like that right here, when you're just in person. And then a little yellow border. And this is marked for suit. It is marked for suit. And if you guys don't know the marking system for NOC playing cards, either the fully marked system or the partially only suit marked system, you guys can check that out in the description where I have already revealed that. I've done like 5 or 6 maybe, I think I've done about 6 reveals on how to read different playing card marking systems, so you guys can check out that in the description below. Now besides what this deck looks like, how does it feel? So first let's check out how this baby fares. So from top to bottom, no, it just doesn't. There's no farrowing happening. I had to seriously see if I could saw that thing through, and it just wasn't going to happen. And then from bottom to top, there we go. So yes, but with a whole frickin' lot of effort. That was sad. I do not like the way these cards are cut. Not my thing. So again, now how do they feel, right? You also want to know how they're going to handle in your hands. So there's 2 ways for me to tell you. First of all is the thickness and then how it actually feels. So the thickness meter goes from thin, middle of the line, and thick, right? And you want to know where on this thing it is. So I'd say it's somewhere in the middle, right? It's somewhere in the middle. Might lean a little bit to thick. Might actually be a little bit more of a premium. But if I had to guess, it'd be somewhere in the middle. No, it just doesn't feel crazy thick to me. The thing that it does feel is on the thick and on the feeling scale, when we have buttery, middle of the line, crispy, or snappy, depending on which word you like to use, and then stiff, it's definitely leaning stiff, right? So like I can dribble the cards and that's fine, but if you want me to do something like under pressure, like it's literally going to make my hands hurt. So this deck is literally even thicker or more stiff than the Vintage Field Jerry's Nuggets, and even more than the Skull and Bones Private Reserve from David Blaine. So this deck is freakishly stiff. And since it is on a smooth finish instead of the air cushion finish, I'm not a fan of the way this deck handles in any way. Because when you're looking at smooth finish, you don't get those air pockets to be able to do so many more things. So who should buy it, right? Who should buy this deck? Well, I think it depends on who you are, right? If you're wanting to work on your hand strength, definitely pick this deck up. But if, in all seriousness though, if you're a magician, you can. One, it does have marked corners, so you can see a little bit of that. But since it is a yellow border, like you get that little thin yellow border, it is a little bit harder to read than something like the Knockout Blacks or something like that, or even the Midnight Knocks with Theory 11 is probably the easiest one I have. But yeah, like they're more along the lines of the Fort Knox when it comes to how easy it is to read. It's like slightly easier than Fort Knox if you have those. So still decent marking system, not too horrible to read. Standard everything, no reveals, nothing crazy. It's a normal deck, so if you like performing with bicycles, then you should be fine performing with this, as long as you don't hate how they feel. Then how it comes to cardistry, don't even pick this deck up. They're just plain. They're a blue back with a thin yellow border that you can barely see. So I don't think that you should perform cardistry with this. Collector's decks, definitely. One, it has a really cool way to open it up the box, which is actually the only reason I got this deck. And then it's a knock deck, so if you like collecting all the knock playing cards, definitely pick this one up. It's an older deck, it's still super cool. Definitely still fine to pick up for a collector. Now, it's not super expensive, it's actually pretty cheap. I believe it's like $7 or $8. So then plus with the discount code cardperfectmagician, you can get it for 10% off in the description below. You got to go through the link, get it for 10% off. Hopefully I can save you guys some money, which is fun. So it's not crazy expensive, it's not crazy rare, just a good deck. Go ahead and pick it up. Is it one that you should play games with? Probably not. And you can buy more and more and more, so that's nice because they're not crazy expensive. But I just don't like people playing with cards that are nicer. Plus, is marked for suit, so you might find people cheating. And then, is it a hype deck? No, it's not a hype deck. They put intentionality into it on the backs and on the actual insides of the aces, and then on the inside of the box. So they definitely put some intentionality into it. It's not a hype deck. They didn't just like slap the words anyone or normal cards on there and sell it. So definitely a deck that you should pick up. And if you do want to, again, 10% off in the description. Hopefully I can help you guys out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. So please make sure to subscribe. It really does help out the channel, make better content for you. I'll catch you guys in the next one. This is Card Perfect, signing off.